are back.
Yes, welcome back to our channel, Bullets and Bows. I'm Jamie, Sarah, and today we are going to talk to you about
Our feet,
boom.
but what goes on them.
Right.
I think what we're going to start with are our backpacking type of boots, what you would wear on like a longer trip. If you're carrying weight on your back, whether you were hunting or backpacking, that is what we will start with.
Cool.
So I have had these pair of boots for 5 years now. I absolutely love them. They're a little not as pretty as when I got them, but they are the Loa Tibet GTX hiking boot, and they make them for men and specifically for women. What I really like about these is they are made for backpacking or backcountry hunting or hiking. They are over the ankle boots, so they give you that extra support. They are laced up and they have closures here. They have leather uppers and they are Gore-Tex as well. So they're not going to be very breathable. So if you are somewhere really hot and you don't have to pack a lot of weight, they may not be the best boot for you. They weigh about 3 pounds, so they might be a little bit heavier than some other boots, but they are amazing. They've taken me through Arizona, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, Montana, anywhere that you can really think of. And they have a very, very stiff sole. So I have worn these and I really didn't even break them in like you're supposed to. I have not gotten a single blister off these boots the entire time I've been wearing them. I've worn other boots that should have sufficed for the type of backpacking or hunting I was doing, and I got blisters on those, but never on these. I also have insoles in them from Lathrop and Sons, and they have been absolutely amazing, so I would highly recommend you getting insoles for your boots from them as well. So the only issue that I have had with these boots is that the bottom, even though they are pretty well textured or gripped, if it is wet outside, if you're crossing a creek or if the rocks are wet that you're walking on, it can be a little slick. So be careful walking in them, but I would highly recommend these boots. I am in love with them. And even though they are not that breathable and a little bit heavier, I wear them on every single hunt or every single backpacking trip. Like I made the mistake last year when we were on the Maadahay Trail. I wore a different pair of boots, and how bad were my feet?
They're pretty bad.
I lost 2 toenails, which have come back, but my feet were covered in blisters and she had to doctor them. Mine are $395, so you're gonna be spending right around $400. You can get them on sale, but right now from Loa's website, they are $394 and something, so right under $400, but they've been worth every penny. I mean, it is an investment, and whenever I first started hiking with them and reading and doing backcountry hunting and hiking, your feet are your lifeline. So right. Make sure that whatever boot you decide is something that will keep your feet safe and blister-free, protected, so you can get out of whatever terrain you are in.
Okay, so for my hunting boot of choice, I really like the men's Moorside Buckman insulated 400-gram boot. What I really like about it is that it has a pretty thick sole, as you can see. I really like it for hunting, hiking, having only 400 grams. It's not the lowest, but obviously not the highest. You can put an insulated boot sleeve in there, or socks, you know, or you could, I mean, I wore it on the Maadahay Trail and was perfectly fine. I wasn't really hot in them. So they're pretty breathable. It laces all the way up and has that ankle support that I really like. Having that waterproof feature is really nice. And then obviously it's a men's one because it's a little bit narrower than some of the women's, and I kind of have narrower feet, so they worked for me. I think I got them for like $80, which was pretty reasonable for like a hunting or hiking boot. Those are a couple of options that we really like. I don't think with either one you can really go wrong. Something to keep in mind also is that if, you know, some of them have like composite toes, like a stiffer toe or even a steel toe. I don't know if you'd quite need that for like
Probably no.
hiking. Maybe like more of like a work boot.
Yeah, I think both of our toes are pretty
Stiff.
and rigid, and like on this one, I mean the whole sole is very, very rigid. So I can't feel rocks underneath my feet,
Right.
which I really like.
And that's really important because you'll feel every little thing by the end of a really long hike. Yeah, you said you've had yours for 5 years?
Yeah,
And
I think I got them in 2015.
Awesome. And I've had mine about 3 years. I haven't done quite as many backcountry with them, but a lot of hiking between here and Washington, so.
Edit. I've had these since 2014
Okay.
because that was the first elk hunt that we went on, and I've had them since then. So
Awesome.
closer to 6 years,
Very cool.
and they have been phenomenal.
Right.
So
Ta-da. Another option, so I've used these like pretty much all coyote predator season, are the Sorel Caribou boot. When I first got them, I thought they were more like a fashion thing because they're Sorel boots.
they're really cute though.
You can see the tread patterns a little bit different on them to help with the grip, obviously. They're a lot more insulated. They have also like a wool liner that I discovered you can take out apparently.
And if you forget to put them on,
Or back in, you look
Yeah.
like you're wearing some Doc Martin gangster stuff. So, I mean, I've done it both ways now. Not intentionally, but they have this really nice boot liner that is wool. That is super convenient. And these are really nice that you can like dry out also. So you don't have to like try to put your whole boot on a boot dryer. You just take those out. And then also if they are like kind of stinky after a really long hike, there you go. These were a bit more expensive. I think these were like $175, but they are worth it. These are 1,600 gram insulation, and I don't know if you can see that's pretty intense, but this whole part is all rubber, all waterproof, and really, really warm. When you're sitting in a blind, these will be your best friend.
or in the snow, waiting for a coyote to come that never comes.
Right. For all you cold feet ladies out there, these are something thick with 2 C's. There you go.
We are going to talk about another type of boot, and we both have a version of the Muck Boot. These are good boots if you aren't hiking very far, because they are heavy, obviously. If any of you have ever had Muck Boots, they're good if you were tree stand hunting or hunting in a blind, and again, like I said, you don't have to hike very far. I have the Muck Boot in the Woody Max in the Mossy Oak pattern. They are 100% waterproof, and I have duck hunted in these when I didn't have waders, which was fun. That was an adventure. I have done a little bit of deer hunting back in Illinois with these as well, so hiking out to the tree stand, to the blind, and I did take them on our coyote hunt also, and they did pretty good. They keep my feet fairly warm, and I don't really have any issues with them. I love that they are a good all-around boot, especially to be up here in North Dakota when it's cold and wet and muddy. With these boots too, I have also taken them snowmobiling. That's why there are a couple tears in the cloth part. They have a warm lining. They recommend on the inside here that it is best fit with medium to heavy socks. So if you wear something thin, your foot may slide around a little bit. They technically make them in like a men's only, but well, they have the sizes on here too. So this is a men's 8 and a woman's 9. They have a 5mm CR Flex foam bootie with 4-way stretch nylon and a 2mm thermal foam underlay added to the instep area of the boot. They have great grip, great traction, as you can see, and good all-around boot to have at the house to do whatever you need to with, or a great boot to go hunting if you were like me and you don't have waders, and mainly more for blind hunting and still hunting is good. And I have had the same pair of Muck Boots for 7 years actually, and they run about $200. Again, money very, very, very well spent.
my version of the Muck Boot, same brand. Mine is called the Muck Master. Oh, you can see the dog hair on there. They have been used. They have really good, says premium quality on the sole and the back. Obviously waterproof, 4-way stretch, 5mm neoprene, lightweight, flexible. Lightweight until you start really hiking in them, then they're not that lightweight feeling. They have a molded insole, so that's pretty nice. If you have a natural arch to your foot, not super high arch, but just like a natural arch, it is comfortable compared to some maybe like other rubber boots that might be more like flat on the bottom. I wear these in the blind for turkey season. I don't really worry quite as much about like the camel. I've coyote hunted in these a little bit. These are, let's see, 16 inches, so they're pretty tall. I think yours are probably around the same.
Yeah, a lot of the features are similar.
These retail for like $165. I don't think they're quite as warm as yours.
I don't think they are.
These are like the original like version. They're kind of like the mid-weight one. There is like an Arctic version also that are a little bit more expensive, maybe like 20 bucks more expensive, that have more grams of insulation, but I'll use insulated booties that I'll stick in there. That'll make them warm. They have a booty by Hunter, and they fit perfectly, and they're the perfect height for these. And I wear these snowmobiling. I've done pretty much everything in these, and they're pretty good all-around boot. But yeah, like Sarah said, not great for long walking distances.
For long walks in the park.
Right.
Something I think that what I noticed too is if we hold ours up, probably the reason why yours is the Muck Master, if you can see how the rubber on her boot comes up quite a bit higher than mine, hence the name Muck Master. So you could go through quite a bit more mud or water than with these. So little difference, otherwise they're pretty similar. All right, now to my favorite footwear for hunting are your camp shoes. So we have very different versions of camp shoes. I have mine on right now. So good old fashioned Crocs. You know, you can't live with them, can't live without them. These are in the cryptic pattern. I did pay a little bit more for these. Why? I don't really know, but I did. You're all familiar with Crocs, right? They're very breathable, very lightweight. So what I love about these is they're so lightweight you can clip them onto the outside of your pack and go off gallivanting in the wilderness, come back to your camp and take off your sweaty, stinky boots and then put your feet into these breathable bad boys. Again, lightweight, I love them. These retail for about $30 when I got mine. So there's a variety of colors and it doesn't matter what color you have for your camp shoes. Great to take wherever you go.
I bet you those are pretty nice too, going in the water with
Yo,
those.
good point.
And you can like cool off your feet or rest your feet in the water and then not worry about the rocks.
Yeah, any type of creek crossing or river crossing, yeah. They are perfect for that. So you can use them in the traditional slide-in mode, or if you want to be crazy and go off-roading.
So for my camp shoe, I really like the more traditional camp shoe of the moccasin. This is just standard brown moccasin by Twisted X. You can tighten the laces more. I tend to keep them a little bit more for slip on, slip off. These feel really, really nice after a day of hiking or hunting or just camping, fishing, anything. They are all leather on the outside. I really like these. They have a stiffer sole, but they also have a lot of flexibility too. So you can like pack them away if you needed to. And they are a little bit wider, more like a slipper, but with like a harder bottom. So if you need to get up in the middle of the night, don't worry about your feet getting wet, but you can just like slip them on pretty easy. Another cool feature is these are machine washable and they are also antibacterial. Ooh. Good all around casual shoe.
And those
are our camp shoes.
And that was what we like for our shoes for hunting, hiking, and camp shoes. We would love to hear about what you guys like. Have you tried any of the brands that we're using? If you have, do you like them? Do you not like them? Or is there anything different that you would want us to try? So let us know. Comment down below. All three of us.
Yeah, let us
love
know.
to hear. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.
I like the 400 grain because
Is it 400 gram?
what did I say? What did I say?
You're saying grain like a book. Like
You can tell I'm used to like
Yeah.
saying.
Let me just look this up really quick. Yeah.
Hello. So for my hunting boot, I really like my men's Northside Buckman waterproof 400 grain insulated boot. I said grain again, didn't I? Dang it! They are. Are you looking for me?
The puppy! The puppy broke free.